Ladies and gentlemen, I have secretly been working on a merchandise project the last 2 months. As of right now, it is officially launched.
It's time for me to introduce my new book, Doug, a DougDoug story. This is a real book. It is out now on Amazon.com, which means I can introduce myself to people as a published author. This is not a good book. This book is the word Doug written about 50,000 times in a row. There's nothing else in here. Every chapter is just Doug. I kind of tried to make it look like a story. There isn't one. I even took chapters from other books entirely and just replaced all the words with Doug. All of the profits from this book are going to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium so that it's actually for something useful. And that's really great. That's a super good cause. I hope you support ocean conservation, but I just really want to reiterate, no rational person should read this book.
At DougDoug.com/book. I do now need to change my username across all of my different accounts. This is a real book that you can now buy on Amazon.com. It is published. It is just the word Doug about 50,000 times. It's 215 pages. There's 15 different chapters. I actually spent a long time writing the book to make it somewhat look coherent, and it's not. It's just Doug. What's your favorite chapter? Probably Heartbreak. Okay, all right, real quick, before you go buy it, real quick, heads up. So the book costs like $15. Amazon takes a lot of the money, okay? So if you're just trying to donate to charity, it is more effective to give money directly to Monterey Bay Aquarium through Tiltify, okay? However, if you want to buy the book, you can do that. I asked my YouTube rep, I was like, is it a bad idea to change the name of my YouTube channel? And he said, probably nothing bad will happen. I'm gonna lose my verification badge. DougDoug, published author. Okay, it should. It's updated. That's so funny. The most important of all, of course, LinkedIn. Last name, Doug Reed and published. This is the funniest to me, because LinkedIn is explicitly a website where you're supposed to put as an achievement. There's all these spaces for it. You don't just put your... You don't just extend your last name. 2 fun facts about the book. We put the book in the most obscure section possible because there's a chance we could get onto the best-selling list. Because I'm pretty sure that you don't have to be like one of the best sellers across Amazon to be on the list. You can be the best seller within a category. And right now it's in like self-help Italian foods or something. We just literally need to be the #1 seller in that category. And that's it. And that would make me a best-selling, award-winning published author. Actually, that is possible. Can we get a full audiobook? It would take like a month of saying the word Doug to read this out loud. I just really want to be clear. It's just the word Doug. That's all it is. The final chapter is called How to Hide the Body in Your Boss's Office. And then it's just Doug. Like, it is just the word Doug for like 50 more pages. Spoiler, I'm sorry, I don't mean to ruin the book for you guys. What is the math on this? Hold on. Let's say I say the word Doug once per second, okay? And there's, I think, 45,000 Dougs. So 45,000 seconds divided by 60 would be 750 minutes. Divided by 60, it would be 12 and a half hours of saying Doug. That's if I did it nonstop. Do you know how awful that would be as a job to pay somebody to do this? One final note. This has a foreword by T. Morris, the beloved author of Twitch for Dummies. I pitched this to him last year at TwitchCon, and I said, hey, I have this idea. I'm gonna write a book. The book is just going to be the word Doug. That way, technically, I'm a published author. Would you write a foreword for it? He said yes. So this book does have a 3-page intro foreword by T. Morris, okay? He reached out about 6 months ago and pitched the idea, what if this TwitchCon, once the book is published, we do a book signing? So this isn't 100% confirmed, but it's like 95% confirmed. We're going to be doing, T and I together, a book signing at TwitchCon where you can come into the convention hall, meet us, and get your copy of Doug, a DougDoug story signed by both me and T. Morris, the author of Twitch for Dummies. Cinema. Bestseller ranks, okay? We're currently competing in self-help in New Age religion. We're number 102. The most competitive category right now is Italian cooking, food, and wine, but we might be able to win in limericks and humorous verse. It is definitely possible that it becomes a best-selling book, technically. Now, if you're wondering why we put it in weird categories, it's because T. Morris, he basically said, okay, you know those people who, they don't actually make stuff, they just tell people how to make stuff. And they talk about how successful they are, and they're like, buy my course, and I'll teach you how to be a successful author, or YouTuber, or business person, or real estate agent, or whatever. Don't worry, this is a quick story. I won't get distracted for very long. He was telling me that he's been to like some of these talks, and afterward, he talks to the person, and the speaker has been saying they're a best-selling author this whole time, and then he's like, where were you best-selling? And they're like, oh, Amazon, in this one one category. And then it turns out they put their book in an extremely specific category on Amazon. And so he realized it's kind of a scam by people to become a best-selling author to put it in really obscure categories that technically could be true. That's an unrelated story to me being a best-selling author, by the way.